Hi, I'm your water host B, and I totally did a thing yesterday. Today's October 23rd. I left social media as an artist, and I've been at peace for the past day or two. Well, yesterday I left Instagram for my artist profile, but the day before I left X, and it's been peaceful, and I got a lot done today. In an earlier video, I've been telling you guys about the thumbnails I've been working on. I'm on chapter 10, which will be the end of Unscripted Volume 2. And I'm already almost done. There's 65 pages to the script that I wrote. And I am on page 55 with like the thumbnails, or to be exact, it's 119. That would be for the comic. And yeah, just 10 more pages left and then I'm good to go. And I worked a few hours on that today. And I feel like if I would have kept my social media, it's always a distraction. I always plan something and then I'll sit on my bed and be like, oh, let me just look at this real quick. Let me just log in, and then it will turn into the whole night. I swear that's what happened. Not with Instagram, because I could never really get into Instagram. I was more of an Twitter person when it was actually a good site. But that's because I'm a couch potato. So I'll read all about my shows, see if people agreed with me about what happened on the episode. I'll try to find spoilers. I'll look at all the hashtags. And then like under my search options, I would just read everything that came. And like I would spend so long on there. And then I would be like, oh, well, I could do an hour of my creative project before I go to bed. Or, oh, I can just wait till tomorrow. No more of that. At least I hope I don't find another way to distract myself. But so far, so good. And yeah, I didn't even give it a second thought when I did it. Because I was like, oh, should I deactivate it or should I delete it? Because deactivating, you can like be in hidden mode until you want to come back, I guess, when you log in. But no, I deleted those suckers. Bye-bye. Deuces. And I wrote some notes down on why I left, because I feel like I just ramble sometimes, so I want to stay on topic. Because this video is strictly why I left social media. So, for the most part, it was getting like way too negative for me. And it was just like bringing me down, man. And I'm trying to like get away from negative energy, because then it messes with my aura and I don't like that. And when I meditate, I want to be like in a peaceful state and not like agitated trying to get out of it. But it was like way too negative. Like everything just seemed like it was trolling, I guess. Like, for example, some musicians that I like or songs that I like, then you see people calling it a flop or calling them a flop because they're not number one or they're not in top Billboard 20 or whatever. And it's like, why can't people just appreciate music or just watch shows or just do whatever without having to compare it to it has to be number one? Like, oh, that's kind of getting out of hand. It was just like too much. Or like someone would be like vulnerable and like really telling their story, and then someone like with no empathy would be like, well, you should have did this or blah blah blah. Like just always having attitude in the comments instead of just like being like Thanks for sharing your story so someone can learn from it. It was always so negative. Or like another instance, like I saw this written somewhere, like a meme or something. Like someone will say, my favorite food is pancakes for breakfast. And then you get all these hateful comments. Well, that's wrong that you don't like waffles, or I'm triggered. You can't like pancakes because this happened to me back when I was a kid. So you have to like this. Like, it was getting too much. It was time to go. And also another thing, I don't know. It seemed like people's views on social media tend to be black and white when I kind of live in a gray area. I guess because I'm an INTJ, so I like to see like all sides of something before I come to a conclusion. And it just seemed like people just be like, if you don't do this right now, then you're this, and this. And it's like, whoa, hold on. Can we just breathe? I don't know why everyone's being so judgmental now. Like, please, some peace. Please, please, please. Like, I had to get away from it because it was messing with my peace of mind. It was really bringing me down. And I don't know if it's true because I've never been, like, diagnosed by a doctor. But I feel like I have seasonal depression because whenever the winter months come and it gets dark really fast, like I always seem like down. And I try to pull myself out of it, but I was like, I'm not trying to go through any extra negativity when I may be fighting seasonal depression soon. So I'm just gonna do things that bring me peace, that brings me happiness, and go from there. I'm staying away from the negativity and the things that make me sad or angry. And I'd be like, why am I so angry at these comments? They're not expressed to me, but it was just like, it just seems like there's no more empathy or anything anymore. Everyone just seems so judgmental and set in their ways, and it's like, it's my way or the highway. And I'm like, I don't think like that. So I don't know. I was just over it. So to like the artist part of why I left social media, especially X and Instagram, is I didn't do things to be good with the algorithm. And if you're not in the algorithm, no one can see your posts. So it is what it is. With X, I refused to pay for a blue mark or blue check mark. I wasn't paying $8. It's always been free, so I'm not paying. I don't care. So all these restrictions, like you can't DM people, you can't add too many people, or you can't follow too many people. People can't see your post now, and blah, blah, blah. It was just like too many things were being taken away because I was free. So I was like, why am I on here? Like, you can clearly see there's no engagement. Yeah, I was reading stuff about my favorite artists and TV shows, but I don't have to do that on social media. I can just go to forums like Vimo and previously TV forums, but now it's called Premiere, I think, premiere.com or something like that, Premiere TV. Like, I don't have to go on social media where it's nothing but negative stuff, because in forums, people actually talk about things that are going on the show instead of just clowning people that they don't like, the contestants. So I was just like, whatever with X. And then with Instagram, I didn't post enough. I'm not posting 7 times a day just to make sure I'm in some algorithm, because first of all, I make art, so I'm not going to like rush my process just to make sure that I have something to post. For the most part, I will say my stories and my reels or videos, they did do good. But when I actually just posted something like my art, I got nothing. I got maybe 5 likes at that. Like, there was no engagement, like, hardly ever. And, like, with me, I am a writer, first and foremost, before I'm an artist. Like, I grew up in the era where we had AOL Instant Messenger. We would actually talk on the phone. Like, we had to actually meet up in person to communicate and play. There was no, like, sitting on your phone just, like, the whole day. And emails were popular. So I'm in that stage, or like in the era where I like to do long form content. And social media, especially Instagram, is just for like short term, because I guess there's a study or something that social media is shortening people's attention spans. And I'm like, I don't want to shorten my thing. When I want to talk, I want to write a lot. And there was a couple of times when I was really writing about something special to me, and it'd be like, you ran out of room. Like, I couldn't post it because I had to delete a lot of stuff because I used too many characters. And it's like, that's so stupid. Or like, I do my comics and they're just on regular paper, and my comics would like cut off on Instagram because they're not in a square. And I'm like, I am not redoing my stuff just to make sure it fits on a social media site that I don't even care for. I will say though that my art posts and stuff, they barely got any comments under my actual post, but I did get support like in my DMs. But then I would be thinking like, well, man, if you just wrote that message in the comments, then I could show up in the algorithm. Because I guess with that, if you do like another similar post, it's going to hide it faster because that's not good content for you, they try to say. So it's like, I was just over it. I was like, instead of doing something that doesn't make me happy, because, like, you know, you're really proud of your art, and then you log on and, like, you got, like, maybe 2 likes or some emojis and, like, no comments, that kind of hurts. Like, it kind of really digs at your soul a little bit. So I was like, engagement isn't my worth. Like, my art is special, and I'm not just using it for content or to get likes. Like, that's not what I'm here for. So that was another reason why I wanted to get rid of those sites, because it was messing with me, and it was like making me sad, because I'm like, well, dang, no one likes my stuff. But it was honestly probably just I wasn't in the algorithm and no one was seeing my stuff. Because for me, when I would go in the timeline, especially on Instagram, I would see nothing but ads. Ad, or people's reels that I wasn't even following. I was like, who are these people? Out of all the followers that I had, I probably only saw like the same 15 people each time. So I was like, I don't think people are seeing my posts either. And that's also kind of like on Facebook as well. But I kept that one just because my family's on there, and then I do have artist groups that are on there. But if I ever get tired of Facebook, that would be deuces as well. Now, I will say I have a Draw with Yawada Instagram. That's like my business. I did keep that one, but that's only because right now I'm teaching a comic diaries class through Push Pull Seattle. And I had a class, the first class last week technically, because I teach them on Wednesdays. And my student like tagged me, showed me what she had worked on. So I kept that because I was like, I can't delete it, because if she keeps doing that, I don't want her to think I deleted my account because she was contacting me. So maybe after this course, then I'll delete it because I really don't want it. I really don't. But I'm teaching that class for 4 weeks. So in November, I'll probably say deuces to that too. Because, I don't know. I don't think I get any sales or anything for my comics or my comic diary workshops. Like, I tend to get that stuff through, like, my newsletters or on Facebook, because that's really where people know me. So, I don't know, from a business standpoint, Instagram wasn't really doing anything for me, and I feel like I like to blog or I like to do videos like for YouTube. So I was like, I can blog this stuff on like my Ko-fi or my artist portfolio website. So even if I don't get engagement there, at least it's out there for the world to see if they ever find me somehow, or like through a Google search, like a topic that I talked about, or like with YouTube. I have a very, very, very small following on here, but it is gradually building up, and I feel like, yeah, I may not be getting a lot of views right now, but in the future I could possibly, and at least it'll be here on my page, or if people like search through hashtags or topics or something, I may show up somehow. I know in the past a lot of my 24-hour comics challenges have been viewed by people. So I'm like, at least there's a chance to be seen, instead of like after 24 hours or after an hour I'm already hidden and no one can see my stuff on the timeline. So that was another reason why I left. And like I said in the beginning, like I would literally like get on something and then like just be scrolling for hours. So that's not a good way to like handle my time, especially if I'm an artist and wants to pursue creative projects. Like, I'm not a full-time artist because I do have a job, so I had to work between that time. So I need to be productive, or I guess I don't need to, but I want to be productive so I can have stuff out there to sell. So getting rid of social media will help me be more productive. Like tonight, if I had social media, I probably would have been on there all day, especially since I just learned that the new season of Ink Master is starting November 1st. So I probably would have been on there looking for who the contestants are, seeing if I can find some spoilers about the elimination list or who the judges will be, just like stuff like that. So tonight I actually worked on more than one thing. Like, I worked on those thumbnails, yes, but I also worked on my Draw With You Out of Patreon page. Like, I added some posts, and then I saw that they have a shop, so I created a shop on there as well for PDF copies of my comics. And then I also Google stuff on like other online places I can try. And then I also Googled how to promote comics without social media. So it's like I have time to research on things that will really be helpful for me, instead of just reading stuff that's just like whatever. The one thing I can say that I'll miss is that I did find some connections with other artists, like networking and stuff. Like, someone would DM me when they heard about like a submission that I could try and stuff like that. But I still have my Discord groups, and I'm hoping to be on YouTube more, so hopefully I can make connections with other artists on here. And I also like seeing other people's projects. So I can be like, oh, I want to buy their comic, or oh, they posted a new episode of their webcomic. Let me go look at it. I did like doing that. I did a lot of reposting people's stuff in my stories, like for their posts, like if they were teaching a comics course, or if they had a comic to sell, or if they were going to like a Comic Con hosting a table. I did a lot of that, like sharing, but I felt like I wasn't really getting any of that support like that. It just seemed like I was getting private support instead of showing people it publicly, like, hey, I like your work, or hey, yay, I hope you get this class filled, stuff like that. So that's another reason why I left, but I will miss some of those connections. However, the people that I did like on there, I did write their names down so I can Google them and see if they have websites or blogs or newsletters, so I can keep following them that way. I did notice that I got a boost of followers on my Facebook comics page. So I don't know if that's because they saw I left Instagram or if that was just a coincidence. Because some of the people that I followed and they followed me on Instagram, they followed that Facebook page. Coincidence or not, I'm not sure. I'm not going to ask. So yeah, that's another reason. I feel like when I blogged, back when I was just a blogger and just a writer, like an author, I felt like the author community, like we had a lot of support, especially on social media when it wasn't so negative like it is now. But like we would share each other's works, try to get people to buy their books. We would do interviews with each other. We would do guest posts on each other's blogs. We would do book reviews on each other's stuff or use Goodreads. Like it was just a lot of like, or we would repost someone else's blog, try to get them readers. Like it was just like so much support when I was just blogging. So I'm hoping to get back to that and trying to do that angle. Because I'm not saying that the comics community isn't supportive, because they are. Like I found a lot of opportunities when it was Twitter and not X. Like I was able to do unscripted #1 PDF through a very popular Kickstarter campaign. So that was pretty cool. There was a lot of readers that got to read Unscripted 1. I saw that someone, I think they were in Maryland, which is just a state away from me. They're teaching comics to like teenagers, and they were looking for physical copies to show. So I submitted mine free of charge because I was like, oh, that's a cool thing that they're doing. So I was always looking for stuff like that. And then I heard about Global Comics from like seeing people talking about their webcomic on there. So I did research. So it was a good source of information. And I want to say it was every Saturday. I know it was definitely the weekend. They would do like those hashtags like, oh, share your comics or share your webcomics, stuff like that. And I would participate, and we would all like repost each other's comics and stuff. So there's definitely support in the comics community as well. I even got a chance to do someone's podcast, but that was by meeting them through Comic-Con. So I'm going to have to find another way to like try to network and stuff, but it can be done. Another reason, I'm looking at my notes. Another reason that I left that I left Instagram and X is because no more comparing myself to other artists. No more comparing, because like I said, when I would post, I feel like I was lost in the algorithms because I would hardly post. So when I did, it wouldn't really make an effect. But like when you see just like a little bit of likes or like one comment compared to like other people showing their art and they have like 10,000 comments and like 10,000 reactions, like it kind of just like, what's wrong with me? Or like if you see someone that's like really is good with their art because they've been in the business forever. I just pretty much started last year, so of course I'm not going to be on the same level, but you can't help but think like, oh, why can't that be me? So now that I'm off of there will be no more comparing. I am a good artist, and one day I will get readers and a following that will see that. I am manifesting that. And I think I've already talked about this. The last point was improve my productivity. Like I said, now that I am not on my phone, like constantly scrolling through things, I have time to work on my creative projects. I have time to actually hang out with family where we're actually communicating one-on-one, like together, eye contact, instead of us each on our phone, like not saying anything, but we're in the same room. Like, it just feels really good. It feels good. And plus, I don't know about you guys, but oh my gosh, there's a lot of bots and scammers on these social media sites, and they always seemed to DM me every single day, and it was so annoying. It was to the point on my Facebook personal page, I put it on private because I was over it. And on Instagram, it happened all the time. And like people get like really aggressive, like, I'm sorry, I'm not sending you money. I'm sorry, I'm not going on this WhatsApp. I'm not clicking on this link. I don't know you. Leave me alone. So I'm not going to miss that. Oh my gosh. And I honestly think it wasn't even a whole bunch of different scammers. I think it was literally one person. Because there's just no way that so many people have that time on their hands. But I guess so. But that is a coincidence. But I was just like, this is the same daggone person, and they need to go on somewhere. But yes, that is why I left social media, and so far so good. It's been 2 days. I haven't regretted it at all. There was once when I just like was like that, like, oh wait, nope, I don't have it, never mind. And then I just went on about my day. Because sometimes you get that, like, it's like an automatic thing. It's all good. Like, X is completely, the app is completely off my phone. And when I completely get rid of Instagram, because I am doing that next month after this class is over, I'm going to completely delete that app off my phone as well. But I didn't want to do that with my student tagging me, because that's a good thing, showing people, hey, you're enjoying the class that I'm teaching for Comic Diaries. But I didn't want her to think that I deleted myself because she contacted me. So that's the only reason that I've kept that so far, but I feel like I have no use for it. I get more engagement on Facebook by actual people that actually leave comments instead of just emojis. And I think because they're old school like me. that are used to like communicating long form, like in emails, AOL, instant messengers, when you had to hear that ding, ding, ding for it to load up, stuff like that. And when you had to pay for AOL subscription, oh my gosh. I'm so out myself. Oh, so out myself with my age, but it's all good. But that is why I left social media, and in no way, shape, or form am I trying to persuade any artist or anyone to leave social media, especially if you like it. That's just my personal reasons why I left it. I did have good times on there, but towards the end, they were mostly bad. So that's why I left, but you do you. I see things in gray, not black and white, and I'm not going to be like, if you stay on social media, then you're this. That is not me. I meditate all the time. I'm in my peaceful era, and I want to keep it that way, especially since it's fall now and it's almost winter, and I'm just trying to keep my mental health good. So, if you like this video, please hit the like button, comment, or subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.